What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Today we have a comedy reaction for you guys. This was a video that was requested during one of my live streams. For those of you that don't know, I stream every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on YouTube. Pretty much just gaming stream where I just sit around and I'll play video games and interact with the community. And one thing I have in my live streams is that if you give a super chat, which is essentially a donation, $5 or more, or the equivalent of $5 or more, it gets you one guaranteed reaction. I take 5 of them per week, and you can request just about anything. Now I'm going to review it to make sure that it's not something too crazy, but you can request whatever, and it'll come out usually a few days later or so. You can also have a stream on Saturday, but that's Patreon exclusive. That is more of a live reaction stream where I'm like watching the videos with you. But either way, those are the best ways to get in contact with me and leave requests and have a guaranteed chance that it gets reacted to. But anyway, this video is Trevor Noah on mixed race in South Africa. Now, I did do the Geography Now video where I listen to them talk about South Africa and everything. And from what I remember, mixed race is somewhat different than in America, because in South Africa, I believe they call mixed race people colored. And in America, colored just, well, it's an old term. It's an old, outdated term, but it used to refer to just anybody that was black. So I am interested in seeing this, not just from the comedy standpoint, but of what type of information I can get from this. Let's do this. Again, I don't know if this is the Apollo, or if this is another case of the UK Apollo.
Good evening. I grew up
So y'all
in
have
South
to let me
Africa.
know.
That's where I still live. I enjoy it. Grew up there during a time known as apartheid. For those who don't know, apartheid was a law in our country that made it illegal for black and white people to interact with one another. You know, this was against the law.
Essentially
So
Jim Crow, I
this
guess.
was awkward for me growing up because I grew up in a mixed family. Well, with me being the mixed one in the family, my mother's a black woman, Xhosa woman, born in South Africa. That's one of the languages with the clicks, Xhosa. So a black woman, and then my father's Swiss. But they didn't care, you know, they were mavericks, fighting the system. My mom was arrested for being with my dad. She would get fined, she would get thrown into prison for the weekend, but still she'd come back and she's like, woo, I don't care. Woo, come tell me who to love. I want a white man, woo. It's crazy, my mom, it was crazy, you know? And my dad was also like, well, you know how the Swiss love chocolate, so he was... And so they got together and they had me, which was illegal. So I was born a crime, which is something I don't think they ever thought through, because as a family we couldn't live together, you know? Like in the streets we couldn't even be seen together. My father would have to walk on the other side of the road and he could just wave at me from far, like a creepy pedophile. Or like a pedophile, I didn't have to say creepy, like a pedophile.
I'm so creepy.
Creepy implies there's some other sort of pedophile.
It's redundant.
There's no classy pedophile. There's no like, afternoon, ladies, afternoon. No, just browsing. So classy. No, he's a pedophile. My mom could walk with me. But if the police showed up, she'd have to let go of my hand, drop me, and act like I wasn't hers. Every single time, because we weren't supposed to exist as a family. So my mom would let go. It was like a little game we played. Police would show up like, woo! She'd be like, woo, I don't know. No, it's not mine. Oh, no, I don't know. It was horrible for me. I felt like a bag of weed. It was a tough time. And the downside of being light was that being light, I was different. People mocked me, gave me names like mixed breed, half caste. I hate that term, half. Why half? Why not double? Or twice as nice? I don't know. People give you weird names. I just wanted a cool name, you know? I wanted to be black, to be honest. That's all I ever wanted. Especially since one day growing up, I met an American, and he was shocked that in South Africa we had all these titles. And he said to me, he said, well, you know, Trevor, if you go out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? He was like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, buddy, everybody's black out there, yeah.
Yeah, we're very simple with our
super
terms. We're like,
Well, that
black,
sounds good to
you're
me.
white.
Super black.
You're Mexican. Don't matter where you came from.
And I made a choice.
Don't matter where you came
First
from.
chance I get, I go out to America. I'm going to get a piece of that black. And I did. Boarded a flight. It was an 18-hour journey, Johannesburg to New York. I didn't sleep a wink. I just sat there in my chair like a madman, watching every single black American movie I could find. Just sitting there going crazy, practicing like, yeah, you know what I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah. Sorry? Oh, the chicken, please. The chicken. Thank you. No, it's fine. Thank you. Yeah, put it in your mouth. Yeah.
Got that chicken for
18
you, brother.
hours of flying, 18 hours of practice. I landed in New York and I was fluent in my black American. For shizzle my nizzle. Everything. I had the walk, I had the talk. I was so black, I was even laughing. I was like, ha ha ha! Oh, my man. Oh, this you? This you? Ha ha! That is the coolest thing in the world. Black Americans are so cool and confident. They'll make you feel good about yourself just by asking if you are you. It's magic. They just walk up to you and be like, hey, yo, this you? This you? No, for real, man. This you? And you'll be like, yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, shucks. Yes. This is indeed me, sir. This is me.
I was that black. I was super black. I was loving it. Until this guy walked up to me. I don't know it. Didn't even know me. Tapped me on the shoulder in the airport. He's like, ¿Qué? Paisano? ¿Qué pasó, güey? Que lalo quiero de que sino que lalo eres, no?
He's caught up in a race crossfire.
I said, what? You talking to me? I said, yeah, I'm talking to you, man. I'm just saying, we made it, baby. We made it, eh? Now that we're here, our kind, we gotta stick together, hombre. Our kind. 18 hours of flying and I wasn't black. I was Mexican. Mexican. So I started learning Spanish. If not, why not? Then I've also started learning German. I learned German to connect with my father. You know, lost contact with him for many years because of apartheid. And so now we're starting to learn each other, which is taking time, but we're doing it slowly. I think the language will help me, you know, because I don't think he's proud of me. He loves me, but I haven't earned his pride. I think partly because of my job. As a comedian, I don't rank that high in the world of German anythings. It comes across in the small conversations, you know. Like one day we're having lunch, my dad looks at me and he goes, so Trevor, what do you do now, eh? You got a job, do you work? I said, yeah, Dad, I'm a comedian, stand-up comedian. He's like, yeah, so the clown, eh? Yeah.
So a clown.
German's holding me back. You know? I dream of impressing him with his language. I'll get to his house one day, he'll welcome me at the gate, like, clown boy! I'll be like, Guten Tag, Vater. Epic, it's got that feeling. So I started learning. I learn in different ways, you know, watch German movies, play German speeches on my iPod when I sleep. Your brain remembers things you don't even know. It's beautiful. The only hiccup was, turned out I downloaded some of Hitler's speeches. It's not like Google warned me, don't judge me. Google wasn't like, oh, not those ones. No, it just let me download everything. And so I learned some of his nuances. Not his philosophies, it's just, I've been told that when I speak German, sometimes I sound distinctly Hitlerish. Which I found out in Germany, which is not the best place to find out. Would have rather found out at home. It was actually, it's funny now, not so much then. I was in Cologne, Germany, beautiful area. I'll never forget.
My damn town.
And I went into like a little sandwich shop, you know, like one of those Subways where you make your own sandwich. And I walked in, the woman was really nice to me. She's like, Guten Tag, kann ich Ihnen helfen? I looked at her and I thought, confidence, Trevor, confidence. I said, Guten Tag! Ich will ein Kleinbrötchen haben, bitte schön! Das schwarze Brötchen mit dem Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön!
Oh my gosh, he's doing it! Oh my gosh!
Pepsi-Cola trinken, bitte!
Oh boy. He went full into it. Oh, man.
And she shut herself. I'll never forget the look in her face. She went pale. She looked me straight in the eye and she said, Der schwarze Hitler. Which means the black Hitler. I was so happy. because she said Hitler, but at least she said I was black. You guys did fantastic.
Okay. Okay. Can we stop for a minute and understand that, like, sometimes you gotta take an L with the W. Like, yeah, you got your black thing, but you gotta drop that. You gotta drop it. I mean, you got the item that you wanted, but it fell on the ground. It was all dirty. You just gotta drop it. You can't keep it. You gotta let it go. It is interesting. He mentioned the thing about learning languages as you sleep, because I have thought about doing something like that with Japanese. I have a set of videos that supposed to teach you Japanese while you're sleeping. I've heard that can be 100% bollocks. So anybody that's thought about that or has heard about it or has done enough research into it, please let me know if I'm going to be wasting my time. Because last thing I want is to be losing sleep because I have this person shouting Japanese in my ear, and it ain't even worth anything. I'm doing nothing but delaying my own sleep. Trevor Noah is somebody that I'm very familiar with. I watched The Daily Show. I've watched The Daily Show going all the way back to when Jon Stewart was hosting it. And nowadays, it's cool. It seems like nowadays there's too many times where there's like rerun episodes. And yeah, I mean, it just seems kind of funny. You know, funny enough, for comedians and talk show hosts and things like people that are in the occupation, they kind of got spoiled by Trump because Trump gave so much content that nowadays it's like those shows are wrapping up. You know what I mean? Like, what can you say or do after Trump? Like, you can't really make the same jokes because no politicians are doing just like that. I mean, I guess you got some politicians that can be a little bit on the that can be on the wacky side, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Lorena Bobbitt, whatever the hell her name was. But yeah, it's few and far between. Now, hopefully, we can get to the point where, you know, in the future, politics isn't a part of your identity. Like nowadays, like people take politicians like they're celebrities, and they take their side of the political spectrum like it's a sports team, failing to realize that a politician's sole purpose is simply to represent you in Congress, in the White House. That's it. That's their only job. You pick the politician that matches the close to your political positions. That is it. You're not supposed to be like getting gung ho behind them and all that. Like, no, they're their politicians. You're their boss. Like, imagine in any other field where you go to apply for a job and the boss that's interviewing you gets up and start cheering you like, yes, you're my guy, yes. And it's like, I'm looking for a job. That's essentially what it is when you think about it. But that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys on a future video. And until then, I'm Devon DaVinci, and I'm signing out. Peace.